Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel on Dynamics 365 F&O solutions. In this session, I'm going to continue to walk through product information management module, um, particularly with a focus on a product master using dimension-based configuration technology. In my earlier session, I discussed about how to create a product master using predefined variant configuration technology. In this session, the focus is more on the concept, the theory part of dimension-based configuration, and the subsequent sections, I'll create a product master in F&O that will use a dimension-based configuration technology and move on to use that in a transaction. Now, let me walk through the concept part. So, this is the use case I'm going to use for creating a dimension-based configuration technology product master. So in my earlier section, I created a product master using predefined variant. Now I'm going to create a product master using dimension-based configuration. So the output of this session, the output of this F&O session will be uh, creating a configuration product dimension. This will have two configurations, an Indian model and US model. So I have taken a Honda City car as a use case here, and I will use that um, to create a eight-step process dimension-based configuration technology product master. So as I discussed in my earlier session, a dimension-based configuration product master will have a global BOM, and the global BOM will be used as a basis for creating different versions of the product master, meaning variants, and the variant will be based on the configurations. So for those who are new to the session, I would like to remind you that please refer to my earlier session that discussed about various product dimensions in F&O. And once you get a feel of that, you'll be able to relate to this discussion. Okay. I'm not saying that it is mandatory, but for those who are now finding it difficult, I would request you to refer to the earlier session and come back to the session that will help you understand better and quickly. So here, what I've done is I have taken a global BOM, and then using this global BOM, I'm going to create a product master in 8 steps. Okay. So before I get to the steps, let me discuss a little more on this global BOM. So as I want to create a product variant with the Indian model and US model, but use the same set of global BOM. So what I've done is I have categorized a few attributes of my product master specific to Indian model and um, a different set specific to US model of Honda City. And there are common components which is going to be available in both the US model and in Indian model. Okay. Now this is what is the basis for dimension-based configuration. Okay, so this is a global BOM. This is a sample BOM. I hope all of us are aware of that. It's a a small fraction of the BOM while creating a car. But I've taken the simple use case where I've just picked up these 7 components to demonstrate how F&O supports dimension-based configuration technology, product master creation. Now look at this. This is the Indian model. If the Indian model is one configuration, um, my company is engaged with manufacturing and selling Indian model cars and US model cars. So when I'm going to sell it, depending on the model I select, the respective BOM components will be chosen. So this is the usage for dimension-based configuration. Okay. Here, what I've done is I've lined up left-hand steering assembly and rear view camera for the Indian model, and I have used infotainment and audio component and the base version of Honda City as a common component for both the versions. Whether you buy an Indian version or a US model, you will have these two components. When I say components, these are going to be created as parts. These are going to be created as products. Remember, I discussed about products. These are all going to be created as products in my F&O, and the products will be attached to a product master, which will have a dimension called configuration. So the next is the US model, in which I'll be picking up the right-hand assembly, steering assembly kit, and it'll have an electric sunroof, and it'll have a lane watch camera component. So in my exercise, I'll be creating these 7 products and map it to a product master that will have a configuration as a product dimension, and in that configuration, these components are going to be dynamically assigned during my transaction process. I hope this is clear. Now let me compare this with my earlier example, which I discussed in my earlier session. Now, as I told you, I had created a predefined variant configuration technology in my earlier session, giving a scooter as an example. So this is what I did in my earlier session. Please feel free to go to my session 20 to understand how to create a predefined variant-based configuration technology product masters. Okay, in that, what I've done is I created these 2 configurations, color and configuration. And I created 5 colors, and then I assigned the battery capacity for this product. And then I created product variants. This is the example of predefined variant product master. And this is, once it is created, it is going to be as it is in my transaction. Whereas in this case, what will happen is these components are going to be sitting in my BOM list, and then as I choose this model, the respective components will be selected. So that's the difference. So so if we understand the functionality of these 2 configuration technologies, it will be useful for us to implement it for our customer based on their business requirement. Not all customers need this configuration technology, but however, once we have an idea, functional knowledge about these 2 technologies, it becomes easier to query our customer's business, sitting across the table, asking questions and understanding their manufacturing process, their sales process, how they sell their different variants, and what will be good for when I say what will be good, the best practice for implementing a manufacturing sales process for their F&O implementation. So this is more to be thought as a best practice because it reduces your um, what do you call your a product master um, and inventory processes because I don't need to stock all the different variants on the go. I don't need to store all this no product variants and wait for the customer. This is what I discussed in my earlier session. What is the advantage of using dimension-based configuration? On the fly, you can now decide which variant has to be manufactured, which variant has to be selected, and this will help the businesses to plan their manufacturing process and sales process depending on their sales forecast. Okay. Now, having discussed that, this is what I'm going to uh, create in my F&O session. So there are 8 steps to be configured before I can start using a product master using dimension-based configuration technology. The first step is we have to create a product master, and then we have to release a dimension-based product master. So when I say the dimension-based in my create product master, I should assign a configuration technology called dimension-based configuration technology. Okay, and once I release it, it is available to be used in my legal entity. That's the release process as we discussed in my earlier session. And then third step is to complete the basic configurations of your product master. What are the basic steps? I need to assign the unit of measurements, item group, item model group, things like that. And then I need to create a configuration group. Okay. The next part is I need to create a global BOM and map the configuration group in my global BOM, page. So this is a global BOM I will be creating, and then I need to create a configuration group. Okay. So what is a configuration group? I should create a configuration group called Indian model, US model, and then assign it to these components in my BOM list accordingly. Okay. And then the sixth step is to create a configuration route. Okay. And the seventh step is the configuration rules, how to select and unselect these components depending on the configuration now group. And then create a dimension-based configuration. Okay. And finally, check whether our product master has been assigned the product dimensions, these two, with these two values. Okay. So that is the concept part. And what I'll do is I'll stop here. And in my next video, I will be creating the steps in F&O from the step 1 till step 8. So the objective of the session is to discuss only about the concept thought and be ready to use it in the lab exercise so that it will be useful and easier to create those steps with a background understanding of what we discussed in this session. Okay. So with this, I stop this session. I will resume this in my next video. Please stay tuned to my channel, and I look forward to the next session soon. Thank you once again. As always, feel free to comment on this video and other videos. If you're interested, please subscribe to my channel. I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.